make it strong and stable. Okay, and you need to be stable, so you have the springboard to go fast. So that's very important. There is no difference between the two because they are both a byproduct of a good way of ramping up to your goal director. And that middle ground, the middle ground between you are a builder today and you want to go to the goal director, the middle ground is not rank advancing. Is not rank advancing. The middle ground is to set the pace. Meaning you have to set the pace, you have to rank up your income, you have to rank up your effort, you have to rank up your volume just that I learned as I did my USANA business year after year after year. To all the young ones in the call, aren't you just grateful to spend your 20s in this amazing organization? In an organization wherein people are all positive, people are all supportive. I haven't heard a person in Usana who will tell the other person, you cannot reach your dreams. I haven't heard of that. People here are so supportive. They're so empowering. They support you all the way. And I'm so happy that I spent my early years, I can say my formative adult years, young adult years in this amazing organization. All the income is secondary, but one thing that I'm so grateful for is the personal development that I learned by operating my own business. So let's clap our hands for USANA. Let's clap our hands for Dr. Myron Wentz. I'm so happy he decided to start this company because if not, we will all be in our jobs. And so I started a business at 22. I hit my gold directorship at 23 years old. I hit my ruby at 24. I hit my emerald director at 25, and I hit my diamond directorship at 26 years old. So that's why they call me the seven-figure millennial in Philippine pesos with so much hard work, leadership, and dedication. So this was me when I started. So if you look at the photo, you wouldn't think this person will become a diamond. Look at that. So next slide, please. So look at that. So I was 22. I didn't have the confidence. I didn't have the network. I didn't have the authority. But good thing is, I didn't know I didn't have those things. I thought I was so good. So I came to every presentation. I was thinking I was good enough. I had that false sense of self-image, which was good when I was starting. And for Indonesia, next slide, please. So I used to be part of a band, and I was very introverted. And if you look at my shirt, it was a cheap shirt. I didn't come from a rich family. I came from a middle class family. My parents are both working class professionals. But as we know, if you are a working class mom or dad, you barely have time at home. So I grew up in a home that is financially stable, but I didn't have my parents with me when I was growing up. If you can relate, type 1. So one of my whys is that if we build this business right and consistently with intensity, there will be less children who will experience that. And I pray and I hope that if you are here, your future children, like 10 years from now, 20 years from now, will never experience growing up in a home wherein the parents are always at work. Again, we honor our parents because they didn't really have a choice. We will die if they won't go to work. But if you start your USANA as early as now, you can prepare for that. Agree? And so this was my background. I studied hard and I was very introverted. So I'm the one in the middle photo. Next slide, please. And my mom used to tell me, you are the last person who will become a diamond in that business. And I asked her, why? Because you are not nice to people. You have very short fuse when it comes to patience. You have problems with your anger. You cannot do it. Next slide. Next slide, please. You cannot do it. So mothers know best. She was right. So I was fighting with prospects when I was starting. I was fighting with prospects and I thought I was still a professor. I want to give them a grade. And then when I was a professor, I locked the door of the classroom if you're late. So when I had prospect, when they are late and they arrive in the Starbucks, I tell them, you are unprofessional. Do you want to be rich or not? So that's not good. If you're new in this call, please don't do that. That's not good. But then again, there's one thing that my mom didn't get to think of, and that is I am capable of changing. Are you capable of change? Are you willing to be developed? So I started as the wrong personality type for this business. I started as the wrong girl for the job. But then, because I have very good mentors, we have a lot of training in USANA, I was able to learn the right way. So that's it. Next slide, please. Okay. So this was my photo when I was still working, just to show you that I was really part-time. I was part-time in USANA for 2 years. And congratulations to all of you listening to this call, because I hit my part-time, I hit my goal directorship part-time. It means you can hit your goal directorship part-time too. And if you're full-time right now, the more that you can hit it. What we just need to learn is how to set the pace. So next slide, please. So how do you set the pace when you are new? Okay, step one, next slide. Next slide. First step is to hit your PPPS. No buts, no ifs, no excuses. But mentor, how do I hit my PPPS? You need to master the 7 subjects in USANA. This is not biology, anthropology, calculus. It's just prospecting. Talking to people, adding value. Make sure you have weight in the marketplace. Make sure whenever you call them or you message them, you are not a nuisance candidate. What do I mean? In every election, there are candidates who can really offer value, who can really add value, who are fit for the job. But order, that that is not adding value. They will start to develop a collector's mindset. What is a collector? You're like a bank collector. Whenever you call, they will pay money. So they will associate your number in their cell phone as if this person calls, he or she will sell something and I will lose money. It's not really lose money because we are exchanging something of value. But you have to add value all the time. Is that okay? So you need to do it consistently with intensity. Second core skill is inviting. It means setting the appointment. The shorter it is, the better, because people show up when they are curious. Next is priming or edification. if if we will tell you, oh, the talk today is ugly and it's not good, then you will arrive at the meeting with that expectation. But if I tell you, and this is not an edification, this is for real, that the next speaker after me is my all-time idol. His name is Clark de Guzman. I've been searching him, googling him, even his data history. I'm looking up, I'm looking it up, the way he posts, the way he speak, the books he's reading. Whenever he has FB stories, I really hold the story and zoom in the book in the background. That's how much I look up to this guy. And later, if you're a goal director and above in this call, he will teach you how to be a legacy diamond. It means a diamond income that you can pass on to your children. Let me mute this. Okay. So that is priming. You are preparing the person positively. So sometimes you have bad experiences, maybe with your ex-boyfriend or in your job. So sometimes that's the thing that you prime to your downlines or to your prospect. Oh, later the meeting will be long, but I want you to stay. Oh, so why did you prime the prospect that the meeting will be long? Because if the speaker is engaging, it doesn't matter. Of course, it matters if the prospect has another appointment, but the prospect will leave the meeting in a positive feeling, cannot wait to get back to the next call. And then next is presentation. You have to be a great presenter. You cannot just be good, you need to be great. You need to know how to answer commonly asked questions. And these things you don't even have to memorize. You can just read it through Zoom. That's a good thing about Zoom. You can read all the way. You can be goal director reading everything. Next, you need to be able to do goal setting and promoting events. So if you're in this call and your upline brought you here, congratulations, because that is one of the key things in this business. You can add new people by doing step 1 to 6. But you cannot multiply people if you will not do step 7. You will just be adding associates, but they are not ramping up exponentially because there is magic in events like this event. Next. So how do you get to goal directorship? Step 1, you need to gain personal mastery. You need to be master of the self. So again, you cannot expect to earn 1 million pesos per month. You cannot expect to earn $4,000 per month if you haven't developed the person who earns at that level. So again, it's so easy for us to get frustrated if we're not hitting our USANA goals, if we're not hitting our targets, because we are always after the gratification. We're always after the outcome. So we find it so hard to accept whenever we don't hit certain milestones. But if you look at every rank advancement as a journey to personal mastery, then you are unstoppable. Because now you're not just going for the outcome for the mere sake of the outcome. You're not going for the outcome because you needed money to pay your bills. No, you're going for the outcome because it means if you have achieved the outcome, then you have also achieved the personal development required. So how to be a master of the self? So are you ready to be a master of the self? So this is my favorite part of USANA. So whenever I face rejections, I pat myself on the back and I tell myself, oh, this is what you wanted. You wanted to be master of the self. Whenever I have a presentation and I feel it's ugly and people didn't like it, it's okay. I pat myself in the back and I say, if I didn't try, I wouldn't even know which part to improve. So if you look at every activity in USANA, not as a means to an end, not as a means to get the income. But if you look at every activity in USANA as a stepping stone to mastering the self, you will be unstoppable. Whatever journey or whatever path you will take in the future, whether you want to be an Olympian, you want to be a top basketball player, it doesn't matter because in USANA, you have developed personal mastery. It's something that no one can take away from you. That's why they say if you take away all the money in the world, and divide it equally to everyone in Indonesia and divide it equally to everyone in Thailand and in the Philippines. Just count 6 months, 1 year, 2 years, 4 years. The money will all be back to the same top income earners. The money will be back to the same millionaires and billionaires. Why? Because it's not money who makes people rich. It's their personal control. It's their personal mastery. So are you excited to be master of the self? So again, when I joined the business, I was very young. I was 22. I was as raw as a sushi. I don't know how to speak. I don't know how to act. I don't know how to handle my emotion. I break down every other day. I don't know. But my mindset was, I wanted this because I wanted to grow and no amount of money can replace personal mastery. Are you excited? Who here you want to be married soon? You want to have a boyfriend? Not soon because you are not a diamond yet. You promise to be single until you're diamond because you owe it to your children, okay? So who here you want to have a boyfriend or a girlfriend or a husband? You're not looking for a project. You're looking for someone who has mastered the self. And you cannot find that person unless you have done it to yourself. You only attract people who have mastered the self if you have mastered yourself as well. If you will be crying all the time or if you will be sad all the time, the right person will not be happy and will be repelled. So this is how important this is. It applies in all aspects of your life. The business is easy as long as you've mastered the self because you will start to have downlines who are matured and who are game for progress. So step one, how do you master the self? You need to get a mentor. You need to model someone outstanding. If you don't have an upline or a mentor, you have to look for one. It's your number one responsibility. So if you are in this call and you don't have an upline anymore, your sponsor is gone with the wind. It's okay. Many people succeeded in this business even without an active sponsor. So just seek for a gold upline above you or a diamond upline above you. And the key is to trap a mentor. They need to have it. These people are very busy. So you need to find a way wherein you can trap them so you can get the mentoring session. So I do this all the time. There are so many tips next time. I trap all my mentors. Mentor Clark, I have never attended his training because I cannot I cannot attend for many reasons. Okay? And I cannot sit in his calls, in his trainings. I cannot have a one-on-one session with him. We are so far away in terms of he's my cross line, but I really want to learn from him. So you know what I did? I one time I saw him in a coffee shop, and I said, "This is it. You cannot leave this coffee shop. I don't care if you have a meeting. I need to be rich. You're rich already. Forget about your meeting." It's a joke. It's a joke. You have to respect their time. But then you have to trap the mentor. I saw him in Starbucks ordering coffee, and I saw the perfect opportunity. He is alone. Woo! He is alone finally. And so I locked the door of Starbucks. I was joking. I look at him from afar, and I don't want him to notice because he might go away. He is like I've been hunting him in the jungle. He might run away. He might say I'm busy. No. So I came from the back. And then I said, I will order. And then I was right. He wanted to leave. Woo! I don't know what to say. He wanted to leave the coffee shop. And I was so lucky. His downline arrived. And I told his downline, okay, let's sit down and let's ask your upline for goal setting. So I saw his downline, and I talked to the downline. Come on, tell your upline to sit here because you need help. Okay, her name is Mads Corpus. I told her, come here. Let's talk to your uplines. And she said, okay, I miss my upline also. And then when Mentor Clark sat down, I didn't waste any time. I didn't say, how are you? How's your coffee? How's your pet? What's your favorite number in the electric pan? I told Mentor Clark, okay, sit down and open your laptop. Open your laptop. I want to see your tree. I want to see the volume. I want to see how you build it. I want to learn how you lead your people. I want to see who your leaders are, what their background are, how they got invited. I want to see all the success patterns. If you know that day changed my life, and this is not a joke, Mentor Clark, because after that day I learned the book he was reading, and I read it that day, and I was never the same. After that day, I saw his persona, his aura up close, and I said, I can also do that. And then after that, I saw all the data. And I said, I can do that. And after 2 years, I was able to rank advance to 1 star. I use all Mentor Clark's system. It's all Mentor Clark's system. So Mentor Clark, thank you so much. Okay, he will tell you later. Okay. So next, to be a master of the self, you need to get a mentor. You need to model someone outstanding. Can you type in the chat box outstanding? You have to model someone outstanding. You need to copy someone who is the best. If you practice with the good, the best results that you will have is only good, not outstanding. If you practice with good enough presenter, your best will just be good enough. But if you practice with the best, then even if you fail, it's still beyond good. So you really need to pick the people who get to influence your life. We love everyone. We love our parents, our family, your negative boyfriend. We love everyone. But sometimes we need to love them from afar because we can only choose the people we let in our circle because they are directly proportional to your income right now. Okay? So you will not see accountants listening to negative engineers. You accountant, you should stop accounting because that's too tiring. No accountant will listen to negative engineers. Why? Because that accountant understand that this engineering doesn't even know what he is talking about. It's the same thing with your dreams and your goals. You have to understand that you're in a different space with the other people. Next, what is the solution to get mentorship or to be a master of the self? The solution is to attend training. Okay, do not kidnap all of us. If you see me in the grocery, please do not kidnap me. Okay, so the solution is to attend training because if there are so many new people in the business, you get the mentorship by attending trainings like this. It's like I'm talking to you straight, one-on-one, eye-to-eye. So make sure you are in the trainings. Number 2, to gain personal mastery, you need to have total immersion. Not little by little. Oh, I will attend at USANA 15 minutes a day. Oh, I will try to invite one person a week. No, you cannot learn anything by little in terms of your neuroscience. You need to do total immersion. Okay, complete total immersion. So it says days of full out immersion beat years of small study here and there. When I started, I didn't really have an upline who is skilled. So me and my upline are only 1 day apart, 5 days apart. We are like the three blind mice. We don't know what to do. And I fight prospects. So we didn't really have a mentor because our upline, we came from an overseas line. So our upline is not from the Philippines. So we are literally physically alone. But then we were connected to Richard Tan. And of course, I was earning $400 a month. He was earning so much in USANA. So he was teaching me or asking me to come with him wherever we will go, to the coffee shop, to the ATM, to the training. I was caddying with him for 2 weeks only. And that 2 weeks changed my life because after the 2 weeks, I don't know what happened. No, I'm kidding. I think after the 2 weeks, he had new directs already. So he didn't really have time for an old line for our group. But it's okay. It's more than enough. In that 2 weeks, I learned most of the mindset that I needed in the business. It's not take it like a man. And so that is everything I needed. That's a solid foundation for me to become a goal director. Again, I'm not saying you quit your job, you do it part-time. But you have